Jaitis nadara na'avai. Jaitis nadara. If the experience of nadara, of the divine sight, doesn't happen for you in your life, then you are the lowest of the low, a criminal among criminals, a worm among worms. So in this point, Guru Nanak is saying, look, you can imagine these fantastic, hey, I'm famous for 4 ages, or wow, I have this amazing reputation. Everybody loves me and follows me. I'm so great. And he lets you have that fantasy in the pori of how great you can become. And then he says, but if nadara does not happen for you, Jaitis nadara na'avi, if this doesn't happen for you, you've completely wasted your entire human existence. All right. Well, what is nadara? Well, nadara is explained in the 36th pori of the Anand. Okay. At the end of, you've gone through 2 18-year cycles, you're at the end of your second life cycle, 36th year, and now you have learned enough and matured enough that the possibility of nadara can happen for you. And what is that? And I'll read this in English. Hey, you eyes of mine. So Guru Amar Das is talking to his eyes. The Creator placed the divine light inside of you. So that jot is something that was put inside of you and it shines out through your eyes. Therefore, there is nothing else for you to see but divinity. This is nadara, that when you look, there's nothing else for you to see but divinity. There is nothing else for you to see but divinity. And if you even get to the deeper meaning of it, it's not just that you see divinity everywhere, but you're seeing divinity look back at you. Can I look at you and see the God in you, and at the same time you see the God in me? Now that's heaven on the earth. So this ability to interlock and exchange with that infinite light on the earth is what nadara is about. Then you have truly seen something. And then Guru Amar Das makes the most extraordinary statement. This poisonous world that you behold, and he calls it poison. Like we look out and we see all the suffering, we see the terrible things. He says this poisonous world that you behold, hararup, it's the divine in form. It's just the divine in form, and let yourself see it this way. So this experience of nadara for which you have taken birth is that even when you're seeing the poisonous things, you're seeing it as the form of God. And it's a non-dualistic understanding of life. And it comes way towards the end of the Anand. It comes after years of meditation, practice, and living life and growing and maturing. Through the blessing and gift of the divine teacher, you will understand this in the depth of your being. Then all that you see will be the energy of the One. That's all, no matter what it looks like, you're going to see God behind it. And when people get to the place where they have nadara, where they can see the God behind it, then that's the key to where we don't have to live in a territorial way anymore. When you see the energy of the One behind everything, that person becomes endowed with tremendous compassion, tremendous tolerance, tremendous goodwill and patience. Because, okay, somebody's misbehaving, but God is behind it. Something's gone terribly wrong, but God is behind it. And that is the gift that Guru Nanak talks about and that Guru Amar Das expands upon in the Anand Song. There is nothing else but divinity. Says Nanak, these eyes were blind. So up until this time, if you are seeing in a dualistic way, you are blind. It's okay, because it takes time to develop this vision. But you are blind if you are seeing in duality. These eyes were blind, yet by intermixing and intermingling my being with the true sound of wisdom, when the Shabad Guru is merging into your mind, when you are focused on that sound current and it is amalgamating and shaping you, then they become bright with divine sight. Now the phrase that I translated as divine sight in Anand Sahib is Dipdrish. And it's this idea that through your practice, it's in your biochemistry that your eyes can mature to the place where you can see the divine behind everything. It's a physical thing. It's not mental. It's not imagination, it's not fantasy. It's physically possible. Just like the rose bush creates the rose, you can create that gaze inside of your own eyes. And when that happens, and you're vibrating, and your forehead is beaming, then everything changes. Then you live in a world, you're still in time and space with everyone else, but your relationship with time and space completely changes. It's phenomenal when you are living by the projection of your soul and time and space serves you. And all of you sitting in this room, that's your birthright. You were born at the feet of that guru who can give you that experience. No matter what pain you've gone through in your life, or what tragedy, or what challenge, nothing can take away the fact that you had such an amazing, blessed incarnation that the technology, the ability, the teacher to awaken you to that state was given to you at birth. At birth. You are the richest people on the planet. Don't turn your back on that. Don't forget that. Embrace it. Become it.